Welcome back, everyone. We had a pretty quiet weekend over the past couple of days. Those quiet conditions are going to continue Monday and the first half of Tuesday. After that, we are going to see some weather start to roll in. We'll see winds pick up, wind swell out of the northwest. Along with that, cooler conditions and possibly some rain. Let's go ahead and jump now into the details. Alright, as we take a look across the Pacific, we can see the overall pattern for this week. We've got a high pressure system that's centered over the North Pacific. This is a semi-permanent high. This is where it typically exists this time of year, so nothing too unusual there. Now, I know it sounds boring, it's just sitting there, but it actually is going to impact our weather throughout the next couple of weeks as it sends a series of low pressure systems down the California coast. The next one is forecasted to hit Tuesday night into Wednesday. We can actually see it start to develop and head down to the south. This is it right here. Tuesday during the day, it's going to continue heading down the California coast, and that's going to produce some pretty big wind swell, some strong winds, wind swell, cooler temperatures, and even some rain for the coming week. Now, the weather starting off this week is going to be pretty quiet. We can see this is 6 a.m. on Monday. Our swells are relatively light. We have a light northwest ground swell across the area. Anywhere between 1 to 2 feet is expected, except for down near San Diego. Those swells could be a bit larger, maybe 1 to 2 feet bigger, so 2 to 3 foot ground swells for Monday morning. Everywhere else, though, is going to have some pretty weak swell, though, anywhere between 1 and 2 feet throughout the entire day for the most part. We can see it stays pretty consistent through the afternoon hours, so Monday all around is going to be pretty quiet, it appears. Let's go ahead and take a look at the winds, and we can see the winds on Monday are, here's 9 a.m. We can see light to variable winds offshore in most locations. Offshore from San Diego up to LA. Further up to the north, Ventura, Santa Barbara, could be variable to no wind. So again, winds stay relatively light basically all day long too. Let's go ahead and zoom out here a little bit. We can see that not really a whole lot happening in terms of the winds, but notice further off the coast we see those winds that pick up. That's just a taste of what's to come later on Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Alright, the first half of Tuesday actually looks okay. These are winds right around 7, 8 o'clock, and we can see it's pretty light in most locations except for far offshore where those winds do start to pick up out of the northwest. Going throughout the day, though, we see winds gradually increase. Beginning offshore, it only picks up through the afternoon hours, and by 7 p.m., 7, 8 o'clock, we see strong northwest winds across basically the entire area, especially further offshore. We're looking at close to 39 knots. That's near 45 mile per hour sustained wind. So very strong winds are expected across the entire area. So hazardous conditions are expected by Tuesday night. If we go ahead and take a look at the swell during this time period, we can see that starts off in the day pretty light. This is 9 a.m. and we see that for the most part everyone's looking at pretty light swell from San Diego up to LA, Ventura, Oxnard area, looking at 1 to 2 foot wind swell. But as we go throughout the afternoon, we see that wind swell really pick up, making for some very dangerous conditions by sundown across the area. This is all wind swell, by the way. This isn't any ground swell, so not the best surfing conditions whatsoever. Let me zoom in here. We can see San Diego's looking at 5 to 7 feet wind swell. basically all west-facing beaches are going to see in the realm of 4-foot wind swell by Tuesday night. South-facing beaches a little bit lighter just because y'all aren't facing where the wind's going to be coming from. Okay, by Wednesday morning, you can see exactly what I'm talking about in terms of these winds picking up. Strong northwest winds are expected across the entire coast for the most part. That's going to make for some very dangerous surf. And these winds stay strong throughout the day, too. You can see them die down a little bit by the afternoon, but they're still relatively strong, around 20-25 miles per hour. You can see here near Santa Ana, 24 knots. That's over 25 mile per hour sustained winds. Gusts could be higher. On top of that, Wednesday and beyond, it's going to be cloudy. It's going to be colder. Highs are going to be in the 50s, so not the best surfing conditions at Wednesday and into Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the wind swell for Wednesday. This is Wednesday, 6 a.m., and you can see some hazardous conditions down near San Diego. Looking at potentially 8-foot swells, wind swells, that is. So again, dangerous conditions. A little bit lighter for our south-facing beaches just because y'all aren't going to be in the wind. Ventura, you're looking at 5-6-foot swells. These are going to calm down a little bit as we go throughout the afternoon as those winds die down, but they still stay strong, guys. So Wednesday's not looking like a good day to go surfing if you are a beginner or intermediate person. So definitely take precaution if you do plan on going out on a Wednesday. Into Thursday, those winds are going to die down even more, but unfortunately, the clouds, the cold weather, the rain, all of that's going to continue. Highs are going to be in the 50s across the area, so it's going to be cold. This is 6 a.m. We can see the winds do die down Thursday across the area, so better conditions in terms of wind, but it's still going to be cold and it's still going to be rainy, unfortunately. Winds around 10 o'clock, we can see they really do start to die down. They're still onshore though, but as we go throughout the afternoon, we can see that they stay pretty calm, and with that, our swell is going to stay calm for the most part. So this is 9 a.m. and we're looking at 5-foot swell for San Diego, 4 just up towards the north, so much calmer wind swell is expected. And again, that wind swell is going to die down as we go throughout the day. This is 3 p.m. We can see it's dying down. So Thursday afternoon, it's going to be cold, it's going to be rainy, but it's going to be safer for beginner surfers.